for the first time that I was aware of in my life, I was meeting people who had a religious life, a deep religious commitment, and were social activists, and those two things went together. So I began, I told people in high school when I went back on Monday I was going to become a Quaker. Some of my most important mentors in those days from about age 18 on were people who worked for the Service Committee and whose life seemed to me, if I reflected on it all, a kind of seamless garment of social action, of spiritual depth, of tremendous awareness of the human condition. Peace in particular was an astonishing commitment. Nothing in my family background would prepare me for thinking that it would really make sense to learn how to turn the other cheek. Nobody in my family ever got anything by turning the other cheek. So here were these people of tremendous experience who had traveled the world, who had been in all kinds of dangers in their lives, who were rooted and clear about the peace testimony and about how they would live it day by day. That was just an extraordinary challenge to me. For me, the Quaker values that matter, that animate my life, are all religiously rooted. I am a pacifist with tremendous resistance to being called to pacifism because finally it seemed to me the will of God. I believe in equality intellectually, philosophically. It's a wise way to approach life, but at bedrock, it's also a religious commitment. It is a distinction of the American Friends Service Committee that it is a spiritually based social action organization. That doesn't make it unique. The world would be far worse if there was only one such organization in the world. But to have a community drawn across many lines and across many religious traditions that will find common cause in thinking about the preciousness of each individual and the call toward peace and peacemaking and justice in the world. These are some of our characteristics, and when we were very, very lucky, there are a great many other individuals and organizations that share in them with us. When an organization is 90 years old, it will be in some ways like a person 90 years old, but doesn't have to be only that way. That is, 90-year-olds, unless they're quite remarkable, are slowing down, are cutting back on their work. There is no reason why the American Friends Service Committee has to be old in that sense. It does have to keep finding the ways to renew itself, to bring the experience of the past to the present witness. That may mean ending some programs, as has happened in the past, devolving them, reinventing many of them, looking for the new places, the new circumstances where we're called to act. The world is full of injustices. We do not have the energy or the resources to address every one of them. But there are some that call to us, and our work is to know what those are. There are a number of wonderful stories that appear in various accounts of what happened, but one that has always touched me was a feeding program, giving children milk in the hills of West Virginia, the mining area. And the story came back that one child was given a cup of milk, and before she drank it, she said, "How deep may I drink?" Meaning, this is the first time in her life she ever had something she didn't immediately have to share with 2, 3, 4 others. That question, how deep can I drink, sort of leaps out of the story for me, because what we want to be able to say as the service committee, as Quakers, many other people, what we want to be able to say is drink as deeply as you can.